Welcome to the next episode of the MPCNC series. In between the eps, starts shouting whenever I start speaking. That's what's going on, by the way, in the last video as well. But anyway, in between episodes, I did most of the assembly of the trucks. So if I rotate this, you can see that the stepper and the idlers are all in here now. So the trucks are mostly complete. There are two things that still need to be done. One, I need to attach this piece, actually I have it here. And two, there is also the belt routing and stuff like that, but obviously that's waiting. I put rails in place, started screwing them down, but of course I have a problem with this as well. This thing, I forgot what it's called. This doesn't fit in the circular cutout for the screws. So again, the fact that they called it hex set bolts fucked me over. So yeah, this is not fitting. Now I ordered another set of socket wrenches. So we'll see. Sometimes with Vera tools, they're at weird, unusual dimensions. So now, for example, these Allen wrenches, even without the sleeve, they're a little thicker than normal. You can actually see that up close. So that means these don't fit in regular wrench access holes. I'm hoping something similar with this as well, and the one I ordered will fit. But if not, it will still be helpful. It will just help me hold the nuts in place, because these are lock nuts, so they're not as easy to tighten. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. It's a Bosch branded set, but I'm pretty sure it's a rebatch, and it was really cheap, so I'm not expecting quality or anything like that, but if it helps, it will definitely be worth it. And well, if not, I'll source regular M5 screws or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Oh, actually, with the trucks, I also forgot to mention, I don't have the limit switches yet, so that was the second thing, not me putting it here. So yeah, I also need to get those as well. Ordered them from China. They're already in the country, so don't expect that to take that long. But yeah, we'll see. Our post office is not great, so we'll see. But anyway, that's it for now. So yeah, I'll come back to you once I actually make a bit more progress. I'm still in the process of figuring out the optimal screw end or the socket, but in the meantime, I did this. I didn't need any other tools for this one, so yeah, the core is now pretty much assembled. But I wanted to show you one thing. This thing weighs a lot more than I expected, and well, there you go. It's almost 1300 grams. So yeah, this thing weighs a ton. I guess that's part of the reason why you need the 10mm belts, that and the router obviously, which probably weighs more than this, but still it's not an insignificant amount, so I thought that was interesting. Also, this thing 12 16, this thing alone has 20 bearings, so again, that's where your out of your bearings are going. There's a reason you need this many bearings. It was something like 40 something bearings. Well, the core is in now place. For these I just used other button head M5 30mm, so yeah, they're fine. I just didn't have many of them, so I didn't want to use them, but I don't think I have a better option. And as I said, the core is in now place. You can see how this works mechanically now. So yeah, you can see that these trucks right on the two rails, and then the center right on this. So yeah, you can see the mechanics there. Next step is to do the rails on the core for the router. I just need a new tap set as well. I broke mine, so I'm going to drill the holes for them and then tap them. Normally what you do is, since you're normally supposed to use conduits, you use these nut traps. There's another one over there, and yeah, these just hold two M5 lock nuts in place inside the conduit. Well, since I'm using solid tubes, I don't have that option. But yeah, I'm just going to drill them out and then tap them, and it will probably work fine. So yeah, that's the plan. We will see. Problem: I have to drill these holes straight for me to be able to tap them and use just like the nuts that you use with just conduits. The problem is, well, I can't really hold this in any way, and even the slightest rotation would be a big enough problem where the drills wouldn't be straight, and then I wouldn't be able to screw the screws inside. I couldn't clamp it with anything like this. It's just that this is round, so even with if you clamp it, it just rotates. But I do have a solution, and that is, and here's my solution. So this is a piece that clamps the tube in place. So you just use two M5 screws, and on the bottom you shove your nuts down there, not that kind, and yeah, it's basically that. There's a lip here. This was supposed to be slightly longer. I just ran out of filament, it turns out, but yeah, it's used so you can clamp it down, and there are two holes, 75mm distancing, so just like the MPCNC spec. So yeah, it's a pretty simple design and it should get the job done. So now I'm going to drill these and then tap these, and we'll see from there. So here are they assembled into place. We can see that the drilled and tapped holes are holding the router in place pretty nicely, and well, we can see that I put this in the center core. So everything is going as planned. Now I need to do two things to this. First of all, the lead screw. There you go. You can see that lead screw is a little longer than it's supposed to be. So first thing is to cut that, and that's why I brought the angle grinder here, so I can cut it. And I also need to reverse this mount. The pictures showed it mounted this way, but I'm assuming that's for the DeWalt. As I said, I'm using the Makita, and well, right now it's not holding the router in place, so I need to rotate that. But yeah, again, those are pretty simple changes. Next in line is doing the belting. He starts meowing every time I start recording nowadays, I don't know why. But anyway, next step is to start routing. So yeah, you can see that I actually started. I didn't cut this well though. It's a little too short, and I cut all four, which is the entire length of the 10mm belt I have. So I'll have to make it work by just having a little less slack on here. It should still hold it in place. So yeah, in between the episodes I will do the belting, and then in the next episode we will work on the electronics, hopefully, if nothing else comes up. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Today is New Year's Eve, and yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to record anything tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just recording this today. It will be uploaded tomorrow, obviously, per the usual schedule. But yeah, the project is coming along pretty well. I hope you're happy with the result as well, and I hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, next episode we will power this thing up after doing the electronics, so definitely stay tuned for that. Again, I don't expect it to take that long, but we'll see. Probably next week, but maybe the week after. Again, we'll see. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like down below, and thanks for watching. And Happy New Year, by the way.